What is going on today, guys? Welcome back to an episode of WNN, your source for the music and music production news. Got a lot of new stuff happening. New plugins such as Fabfilter Pro Q4. We got some new free plugins. We got like an Infiltrator / Shaperbox copycat from Serato. We have a new Behringer synthesizer. Let's get started. In our first story, we're going to talk about the new Infiltrator / Shaperbox copycat from Serato named Hex. Quickly, I will say it may be different in some ways, but from the outside looking in, it does not look too different. If anything, it may be a bit underpowered in comparison. I will say the UI looks nice though. Add color, energy, and movement to every track with a full suite of chainable FX all-in-one plugin. From subtle tweaks to full-on chaos, the power is yours. Thank you for this superhero monologue. It's a multi-effects plugin and you can chain it in whatever way you please. You can fine-tune any effect parameter and tailor it to your sound. Alright, we're not off to a good start if that's one of the features. What? I can tweak parameters? I can change the parameters? The thing that I thought I could do anyways? So you can craft custom multi-effect chains and they have 45 individual effects. Again, something that you would assume you could do. You know, we want the fresh information. We want the stuff that's actually hard hitting. That's not particularly hard hitting, but I mean, hey, you know, maybe this is good. Let's see, maybe it is good. So they have over 100 multi-effect presets. Let's check out some of the demonstrations of presets on the drums, mix, and samples here. So far, yeah, it's very reminiscent of Infiltrator, maybe with less effects and maybe less chaotic presets. But hey, if you're looking for more effects like that, I personally don't see a problem with it. Like I probably, if it's not too expensive, I'll probably get it, if I'm being honest here. Let's check it out on the overall track. What happens when you throw it on the overall track? One thing that does seem cool about this is it seems like you may have more control over individual effects, or at least easier control over individual effects if you're trying to do some sort of effect performance. Like for instance, trying to do this same sort of thing with Infiltrator, it might get a bit messy. You could probably also utilize it in a similar way to that transit plugin from Baby Audio. So, you know, if you're looking for a way to transition between different sections of your beat, this could also help. Let's check out the price. Hopefully the price is not too insane. So it has a free trial, $99. Not too bad. Not too bad. That's the introductory price, so I'm not sure how long it'll be at that price or what it'll be after that. Probably like $150 if I had to guess. Real quick, if you're curious what effects it has in it though, it's got bit crushers, repeaters and breakers, compression, delays, distortion, filters, lo-fi, modulation, reverb, saturation, shapers, and time stretch. So nothing like super insane like what you get with Infiltrator, but I think this still has its own use case. Definitely seems a bit more performable, you know, kind of almost a little more akin to Gross Beat with a much better UI and more effects, you know, but it's not gross. You know, I think this kind of has its own place in the music production audio effects sphere. You know, it's not super different, but I think the UI of it and the way it works could be a little more useful, especially for performances. It's not as expansive and insane as Infiltrator is, but you know, it looks like it could. I would use it. What I'm saying is I'll use it. I'm probably gonna get it. We got some breaking news. As I was editing this video, Fabfilter Pro Q4 has been released. Is it because they don't want me to have a normal sleep schedule? Is it because R2R may have cracked it before it came out? I don't know the exact timeline here, but it's out. And if my face is red, it's because I exfoliated. I exfoliated while I was editing the video. If you don't know about Fabfilter or Pro Q, you must have just started producing. Probably the greatest EQ you can get. When I released my reaction to it, originally I was a little bit I was in the middle about it, but I'm actually pretty excited about it. And the price of it is not that bad. $179. For the upgrade, I'm assuming it's 100 or less. It's not too shabby, not too shabby. Okay, so we have the official list of new features here. We have the instance list, which allows you to control any other plugin instance of ProQ from another instance of ProQ. As you can see on the screen here, you can see exactly what's happening and what I mean by that. It looks like it works pretty fluidly. Yeah, you know what? They say here it's a huge time saver, and I could see it. I could see it in action here, especially if your tracks were labeled properly. So they've added a spectral dynamics processing mode. So it doesn't change the gain of a whole band, but it triggers per specific frequency within a band which exceeds the threshold. So, this could be an alternative to Soothe. I don't think it's the same exact thing, but it's close enough. It's really close enough. Typically, you would need a separate and often complex plugin for this type of processing. Okay. They've also added EQ sketching, which allows you to draw on a curve with your mouse or your finger if you're using something with the touch screen, and it'll set up the nodes for you just like that. Granted, I don't know if people are really going to be using it like they are showing here. So they claim they've improved the highest possible sound quality. They claim they've improved the operation in zero latency mode, linear phase, etc. They've added new character modes, including gentle and warm, so you can add some of that analog warmth. They've improved the continuous slope setting up to 96 decibels per octave, and you can now copy and paste EQ bands or presets between plugin instances. They claim they've improved the filter shapes, they've improved EQ matching, which I always felt like was a little wonky. They've improved the spectrum analyzer with pre and post EQ, an external spectrum visualization, adjustable range, speed, resolution, tilt, freeze, and collision detection. And you can see all the other features here. Overall, not too bad. I mean, for the price, I was expecting something higher for some reason. I'm not sure why. Real quick, if you guys are enjoying the content on this channel, make sure to like and subscribe. That's the easiest way to support the content here and to, tell the algorithm it should send it out to more people, essentially. In our next story, they've updated the Ableton Move to version 1.2. Let's see what changes they've made. So it looks like they've added the ability to send MIDI sync out when Move is set to receive MIDI notes. So this allows USB MIDI devices to be synced to the Move's clock. The playhead now pulses when loop mode is active. And greatest of all, guys, they've added more than 4 tracks. They didn't add more than 4 tracks. It's always going to be 4 tracks, guys. Sorry to tell you that. They've added improvements to the 16 pitches layout. You can now sequence notes in the 16 pitch layout by holding a step and pressing a pad. And you can now transpose notes in the 16 pitch layout using the plus and minus buttons. They've made some general workflow improvements as well, and some general fixes, a few new presets. Nothing super crazy, but hey, they're working on it. It's good. In our next story, we got the free plugin update. Now, are they good? I can't say for certain, but we'll take a look at them, all right? I know people are interested in these for some reason, even though a lot of times they are, stock. You can do them with stock devices in your DAW. Sometimes they're a little bit different though. But yeah, I will actually try to link all these free plugins in the description. I actually got a complaint last time about not doing that. Usually I try to have a demo of it in the video, and sometimes they don't have demos because they're so obscure. So a few things I'm gonna do from now on: if there's no demo of it, I'm gonna install it in my DAW and just try it out really quickly on something. And I'm also gonna try to always link to these in the description. But if I ever forget to, just remember you can always search it yourself, because I generally do say the name of it, and Google exists. But I'm here for you guys. Well, I'm here to make ad revenue, but I'm also here for you guys. So our first free plugin is iZotope Neutron 5 Elements. It's free until December 31st. So Neutron 5 Elements, it's the nerfed version of the actual Neutron 5, but it still is pretty decent, I believe. You don't have as much control, essentially. Free until December 31st. Normally it is $49. That's usually the thing about Neutron Elements, or any of the Elements plugins from iZotope, is it's $49 for the Elements version, but if you wait long enough, not even that long, like a few months probably, you can get it for free. Generally, their plan with this is to try to market it in order to get people to buy the full version, because they're like, oh, I like this. I kind of wish I had the ability to tweak more knobs though. So that's what they're hoping to do, is to upsell you on it. So in order to get your free copy of it, you're gonna have to sign up for a free KVR audio account if you haven't already. Verify your email and fill out the entry. It takes up to 48 hours to get it though. So hey, if you don't get it immediately, don't shoot the messenger. I'm the messenger. Don't shoot me. I've been shot enough. Ever since that BusyWorks Beats beef. He sent his goons. They shot me. Let's see. So the whole thing, or gimmick, whatever you want to call it, of Neutron is it has AI powered mixing, and it'll help you mix your stuff without you having to do anything. But obviously you can still tweak the knobs afterwards, which it's good because it gives you like a starting point. And if you like the sound, you can go with it. If you don't like it, you can just do it manually or tweak it somewhere in between. Can't hurt to have, especially if you're not an expert at mixing. It can help you get a good starting point, and you can go from there. So obviously, I didn't demo the neutron thing because what do you need me to demo that for? Everybody knows about neutron, okay? Like, plus it's got a lot of different things in it. Okay, our next free plugin is something kind of interesting. And the funny thing is, this is the only one I can't actually, I don't think I could provide a link to it. I mean, I can try to, I don't know if it'll work though. This one has a really cool interface though, I will say. Like, usually this kind of stuff is pretty gimmicky where they have like some sort of drawing or some sort of art on it. It's got a raccoon dipping a man into a, what appears to be a stew. The raccoon is making man stew. Pause. So it's from Raccoon Audio and it's called Octawa Stew. Man Stew, the dual octave enhancer. They aim to stir up trouble, revolutionize your sound, and do it all under the guise of a lovable rogue raccoon. I mean, this raccoon is putting a man into burning stew. What's there not to love? So the mix knob obviously controls how much you're mixing in the original audio with the octave, and then the octave seems to be the drive on the octave. Then there's also a tilt knob and a wah knob. I feel like the real use case for this here is mixing the original octave with the following octave. If you're interested in it, I will link it in the description. And coincidentally, they're dipping a man named Kyle into this stew. What can I say? I'm a big fan. Okay, next free plugin here. This one's probably a bit better. So you may remember Fuck FX from our last WNN video. That was 2 videos ago. Their distortion plugin, the first elastic morphing wave shaper. It's called Dyna. Normally it's $29. It is a free download right now, though. Thank you, Fuck FX. Thankfully, they have a demo here. We're already off to a much better start here than we were with that last plugin. So it appears to be just a square waveform and it is shaping it. So, you know, this could be cool for sound design. This actually could be useful. I think I might actually download and keep this one personally. Let's see. Thank you, Fuck FX. Then we have the PSP Chamber Reverb plugin. It's free. And by this interface, you can kind of tell that it's free. PSP does have some decent stuff though. I've used something from them in the past. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's been a couple years since then. It's got a chamber algorithm. So this is like the little brother version, you know, kind of like what they do with Neutron Elements. They have another one called PSP Easy Verb, which is the big brother. And that version has much more algorithm. What I'm curious about is if it's actually a decent sounding reverb. That's really the only thing that matters here. We'll say this. Not a great sounding guitar. Very one dimension. Okay, so it's on the cowbell here. I mean, it sounds like a decent reverb. I don't know. It doesn't really sound like anything that much more special than your stock DAW reverb, but for some reason your stock DAW reverb isn't working. Here you go. Okay, this is an interesting one here. I don't know if I would personally use this, but maybe some people would. I don't know. MIDI to the Max released M2M notes. It's for Ableton Live. And essentially, from what I could tell here, you can type in the chord you want, and then it makes the chord. Which maybe that's faster? I don't know. Is that Let me know, guys, in the comments. Is that faster or not? It says it selects the best voicings for each chord. Let's check it out.
M2TM Notes is a MIDI tool for Ableton Live 12 that allows you to generate clips by just typing out note names and chord symbols. Note names can include accidentals and octave numbers.
I mean, hey, if you type really fast, this could be faster, I think, if you know exactly what you want.
Want to change the duration? Just add a colon in the value.
So the actual interesting part, in my opinion, here is the chords. I think that's because just writing the notes, that's going to take the same amount of time. The chords, though, you know, you're at G7. That's just do keyboard clicks. Whereas if you click it in there, it's going to take 4.
Chords can be very complex too.
I'm not sure what's going on, but maybe it's just the chord progression they play here, but this does not sound good. I don't think it has anything to do with like this plugin, because like the plugin's not generating the sound; it's just generating the MIDI notes.
The AV command is a game changer. It selects the best voicings for each chord, keeping the flow smooth and minimizing note jumps. The LE command merges notes that overlap between adjacent chords, giving you that smooth legato sound.
I think you get the idea there. At least this is an interesting and different idea. I believe you need Ableton 12 in order for this to work. It's a MIDI tool you can incorporate into it. This is actually pretty interesting. Let's find out if it's free. I don't know. Seems like it should be something that would be free. I mean, or cheap at the very least. I don't know. Let's take a gander, guys. Let's take a bet. What are you thinking? 20 euros? I don't know about that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is 20 euros too much for that? I was thinking more like 5, personally. I was thinking more like 5. I was thinking 5 would be the max I would pay for it. I mean, cool idea, though. Cool idea. Just don't know if it's like personally something I would pay that much for. Not that 20 is a lot, but it's a lot for this, especially like how little I feel like I would do with it personally. What are you guys thinking? Well, let me know. Hawk2a Skibbity. What is his name? Luigi Mangione? You know, guys, Hawk2a Skibbity, Luigi Mangione. I don't know if that rolled off. Ravioli. Spicy. In our next story, we have a new plugin from SOFTUBE named Echoes. $99. Okay, this better be good, man. So I'm assuming you make echoes with it. I don't really know else what it would be. Got dry, wet, feedback, time. I mean, other than the ducking part, this really seems like stock DAW stuff here. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool how the interfaces here, you can kind of get an idea of the way the echoes are going to play together. It has 6 types of delay: filter, reverb, BBD. Don't know what that is. Big dick. I don't know what the fuck that is. Big delay. I don't know. Tape, pan, lo-fi. It gives you a variety of different colors you can do with it. It's got a bunch of presets according to them. It says comprehensive. A little sus. They didn't say how many, but it's comprehensive. That could be 5. That could be 100. 6,000. I don't know. Maybe just 1 even. I don't think comprehensive would be 1. The funny thing is the normal price is $149. This better be crazy. Okay, enabled. Sounds decent. Hard to say if you don't compare it to a normal delay. You know, I'm not going to spend the money to find out. Maybe you guys want to do that and let us know. Let's check out the guitar chords here. I'm not going to go through all of these, just a few. Quite a bit of amp noise there. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's nothing special, though. I'm curious what they felt like justified charging this much for it. Like 50 is even pushing it, in my opinion, a little bit. I think the coolest part about this is probably the visualization. Let's look at the walkthrough.
Echoes and broken hearts.
I love it. I love it. You always love when they mention the plugin in the song that they play for the plugin. In case you forget what you're watching or what it's about, you get a little reminder.
SOFTUBE Echoes provides a wide variety of musical.
Yeah, kind of like what I thought. It looks like the visualization is probably the biggest selling point, that and the ducking. So you can get some pretty clean echoes, I'd assume. But hey, you could do that yourself with a little bit of work.
You seem confused. Let's move to the groove. Baby, I ain't looking for.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't seem that bad, but $99, I don't know, man. I just don't know. I think they could maybe consider getting my money for 50 or 20. 100 though? Come on, man. Come on. 150? Oh, you're smoking crack. Okay, in our next story, we got a new synthesizer from Behringer. It's almost like they have a factory pumping these things out. Yeah, careers, be a part of the tribe. Wait, let me stick my hand in there. Let's go, guys. So it's called the Wave. It's a legendary 8-voice multi-timbral hybrid synthesizer with wavetable generators and analog, PCF and VCA, LFO, 3 envelopes, arpeggiator, and sequencer. It's time to ride the Behringer Wave. Okay, all right. Is that what the Behringer boys are doing? We're not mounting up anymore. We're riding waves. Okay, surf's up, dude. It has an 8 or 16-bit resolution wavetable synthesis and 8 configurable voices. It's got classic wavetables, according to them, with 64 waves each, complemented by an additional, guys, let me handle your corrections here, and additional 64 fixed sub-oscillator waveforms. You can import user wavetables and transients via the SynthTribe app. It doesn't really sound like an app I'm interested in, but that's cool. You can import stuff. It's got 49 full-size keys, and according to them, offers a perfect balance between expressiveness and playability. It's got aftertouch and velocity sensitivity. Let's get the demo.
I'm so excited and honored to present you.
Honored. Okay. That's a new one. I've never heard somebody say honored before.
4 years in the making, and the wait is finally over. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most iconic synths ever conceived has been reborn.
It's funny the language they try to do to maneuver around saying, hey, we didn't just remake this other synthesizer.
The Wave features 8 voices, each with dual wavetable oscillators fed into the V2044 analog filter.
I mean, I will say this, wavetable synths are the wave. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
It has 30 factory wavetables, 64 user.
I'm sorry to pause so much. Did he just say 36 factory? I swear to God, he said 36 factory. Hold on.
It has 30 factory wavetables, 64.
Okay, I thought I was crazy. Yeah, he definitely said factory. All right, bass.
Today, the Behringer Wave continues that legacy. Talking about performance.
Personally, I'm not really liking the demo here. Kind of losing me here on this. The 80s stuff, it's kind of lame. It's kind of lame. Maybe somebody wants this though for that reason. I wouldn't be using this for that personally.
Wave has a dual arpeggiator, a built-in polyphonic sequencer, and 8 individual audio outputs, 1 for each voice.
Okay, there you go. You guys get the idea. Okay guys, that is it for this episode of WNN. If you enjoyed this video, please, for the love of God, hit the like button. I am desperate here. I'm in need of likes. And I've been trying to upload every single day. I'd appreciate the support, guys. Subscribe if you haven't. I upload content like this literally every day right now. We're doing it every single day. Okay, check out my second channel if you haven't. It'll be linked down in the description. It's got clips from my live streams. If you enjoyed the content and you want to take that support a bit further, consider joining my Patreon or becoming a channel member. For as little as $5 a month, you get access to exclusive content, outtakes, and other goodies, as well as lessons and mastery. I'll see you guys next time.